When I sang in a jazz band, I remember that there were times where we would sit in a room, all six of us, alone with a single piano at its center. The conductor would sit at the piano and give each of us the notes that we were to sing that ultimately created the chord. We would sing our designated notes, being attentive to the person beside us and listening to how well we blended with the other person. Many times, the conductor would replay the chord that we were singing, and we would notice how flat or sharp we had gotten over time. So we would immediately rectify the note and we would be right back to the original key. This would occur many times over the course of different warm-up periods before we upgraded to a new challenge, moving notes. We would again be given our single note in the chord, and over time, we would be told to move up or down a semitone or a whole tone, creating a web of disjointed melody lines. But when the notes would come back together again, we would find ourselves singing an entirely new chord, recognizing that the movement of each individual note had its purpose of reaching a destination that blended with the other notes in the chord. The art of listening, as it pertains not to just femininity but life in general, is one that allows for us to hear and identify things that may not have been heard on the surface level. When taking part in these musical exercises, the surface level task is to maintain the tonality of the note given. But the web of underlying tasks included maintaining a blend with the other notes, aka the other singers, recognizing the placement of the note in the chord, recognizing where that note sat in relation to the notes around it, the position of the note and the importance of that position, and many other factors. When it comes to listening, as a woman, it is vital to not only listen to things around you on the surface level. This is vital in order to maintain, nourish, and develop relationships with those around you that you love and value. In our current society, listening has become a lost art form, but not a forgotten one. Many stories on social media show a surface-level depiction of relationships that the general public desires to give their opinions on, without taking much time to examine the things that are presented. When it comes to listening, we should never only listen to what we want to hear. This provides no room for growth, as you're simply surrounding yourself with the information you're comfortable with. As it pertains to femininity, an intellectual woman is one that is not simply knowledgeable in one area, but in various areas. These are women who know how to host an environment where people may not get along well. If you have examples within your lives, think about how social or familial gatherings are handled and how these conversations are typically orchestrated. Who are the usual facilitators of these conversations? The ability to be a chameleon and take part in various types of conversations is definitely a beneficial characteristic to have. It speaks to how knowledgeable you are, as well as how attentive you are to your surroundings. If we are to think of another example, consider when you're suddenly gifted something that you needed. Typically, when this happens, you feel so happy to know that the person thought about you or considered a conversation where you voiced concerns about a need, and they decided to get it for you because they were considerate enough. These types of situations are another where listening is so vital, especially for community building. To hear the concerns of a mutual, a friend, a family member, and to take to heart their words and to find a possible way to help them and to help alleviate their stress, or simply brighten up their day with a little gift of appreciation is something that goes a long way for the relationship you are building. In these cases, it's always about the thought that went behind the purchasing or providing of a gift to the person that counts. I would like to pose a little challenge for you all in this video. I would like for y'all to find a video on a topic that you disagree with. This topic can be about anything that you disagree with. This topic can be as serious or as unserious as you like, just as long as you find something. Once you do, I want you to listen to the video and the arguments made on the opposing side to your belief, and really listen to their argument. This is not for you to change your mind on your positionality, but it's to expose you to opposing ideas, their arguments, and whether they can logically make sense. I think if we are to live in a fully rested feminine lifestyle, then we must begin to strengthen our listening skills to practice things like compassion, empathy, and sincerity when navigating life with those around us. I also understand the importance of living stress free, but I do think that exposing yourself to environments where you may disagree with others and navigating ways to engage in those scenarios will aid in our conversational skills for the better.